Hi everybody, welcome to your practice today. Today's flow will be at an intermediate pace, so a little bit fast, but anybody at all levels are welcome to try this out. So I won't be using any props, but if you know you like them, go ahead and have those on hand and ready. So we're going to start lying down on our mats with our knees bent and our feet onto the ground. And just let everything sink heavy. Have your heels really close to your hips. Not quite all the way in, but close. Feet hip width distance. Let your body grow heavy onto the mat. And just center yourself here. See if you can press your shoulder blades even flatter into the ground, opening up your collarbones. Notice how your feet feel on the mat. Do they tend to lean to one side? Is there more weight on the inside or the outside? Notice if you can feel the arches lifting off of the floor. Start to tune into your breath. Feel your ribs pressing into the ground as you inhale. And as you exhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Pull your shoulders a little bit further away from your ears and lengthen the back of your neck. Notice how your pelvis feels on the mat, and maybe introduce a little bit of movement, swaying your legs side to side in mini windshield wiper motions. Keeping the breath steady on the inhale and steady on the exhale. And then still your movements, and we're going to start doing some hip raises. So inhale, curl your tailbone under, and I want you to rock your hips back. Feel your low back press into the mat. Then roll your spine up from the hips, low back, mid back, and upper back until you're in a bridge, shoulders in a straight line to your knees. And pause here. I want you to stretch your knees even further away in front of you over your toes, and pull your heels back towards your fingertips. You should feel the hamstrings turn on. Then roll your hips down bone by bone, starting from the upper back, middle back, lower back, and tailbone. And again, tilt that pelvis back so you feel your low back press down into the mat. Lift the hips up, come into your bridge. And slowly roll the spine down, and you can really press your spine into the mat so it feels a little bit like a massage. One more time, lift your hips up. Deep inhale, stretch those knees over toes, heels to fingertips, and exhale, lower the spine down. Now let's add on with some arm raises. Inhale, roll the spine up, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, circle the arms around as you lower your hips. And again, inhale, reach up, lift your hips. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle around and bring the hips down. Now, let's reverse the arm motions, but keep doing our bridge lifts. So inhale, reach the arms overhead in a circle. Exhale, bring the hands back to the hips as you lower the hips down. 2 more times. Make your breaths audible here. Exhale through the nose. Very good. Now we'll take our supine pigeon. So prop one ankle onto the other leg. Flex your foot. Bring that foot up off the mat and grab around the thigh. Pull that leg in close. Shin should be at a horizontal line here. Ankle in line with the knee. And breathe into the outside of your glutes, the outside of your hips, the outside of your legs. Inhale, breathe into your legs. Exhale, pull the knee in closer. One more time. And switch legs. So flex your foot as you bring it onto your thigh. Bring that knee in close. Grab around your opposite thigh. And breathe into your leg. And exhale, pull it in close. Keep flexing your foot, pulling the toes back. One more time. Exhale, set the foot down, unhook your leg. And then we're gonna do some hip openers. So stretch one leg along the mat and reach one up toward the ceiling. Try to grab onto your foot or your big toe. You also can use a strap here and open that leg out to the side and go all the way down. If you can, just come to a comfortable maximum range. I also feel this I feel a stretch on the front of my other leg. So I feel it on the inside, and the back of my leg, and the front of my legs. And bring that leg back up and do the other side. We're gonna open it out to the side here. And my knee is softly bent. If you tend to hyperextend, try to keep a soft bend here. And bring that leg back up. We're gonna do a lot more of those hip openers in today's practice, so don't worry, we'll spend more time with that. So come to seated, have your feet on the ground, and take some windshield wipers. Just loosening up that hip, feel that traction as you feel your leg moving around in your hip socket. Now we'll come onto our hands and knees. So turn around for some cat-cow. So warm up that spine. Inhale, draw the belly button down, shoulder blades pulling down the back. Exhale, pull the belly button up and in, rounding the spine into your cat. Inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Now we'll come to standing. So stand at the top of your mat. We'll begin our standing flow. Real nice and easy here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle the arms down, and you can bring them slightly behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle up, out to the side and back. One more time. Now, I want you to lift your leg as you inhale, reach up. See if you can extend that leg forward. Take one more breath here. Exhale, lower the foot down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Lift that knee up, extend that leg. Exhale, lower everything down. Take your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And keep a soft bend here. Pedal out your legs. Shift your weight from side to side. Even sway your hips here. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Let your head grow heavy. Allow gravity to take it down. See if you can straighten your knees. Push the back of your knees toward the back wall. And let your head grow heavier. Let it grow heavier. Then shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Keep reaching your head down, letting everything be heavy as you roll the spine up slowly, 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 and then reach up. Bring that leg back up, extend it out, and hold here for one breath. And set the foot down. Now we're going to do the other side. Inhale, reach that leg up, extend and hold for a breath. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up, lift the leg, extend it out and hold. You got this. Lower down and bring your hands and head forward for your forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up again into your Urdhva Hastasana, salute. Reach your leg up, extend and hold. Exhale, lower everything down. Okay, shake out your legs, take a quad stretch here if that was really intense. And then we'll get right back into it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Set your hands down. Walk back into your downward dog. Pedal out your legs here and come up on your tippy toes so you can keep your heels lifted here. I want you to shift your weight back even more. Imagine there's a string pulling your hips behind you and see if you can lift your ribs away from the ground even more. Then walk your feet back to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, set the hands down. You can chaturanga down into your mat. Then take your back bend, down dog. Hold down dog for a breath. Then lift your right leg up toward the ceiling for a hip opener. And you can extend your leg out if you want, or just keep your knee bent. And you can bring your knee out to the side to open up your hip. Then set your right foot down. Walk your feet back to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. And again, exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, take your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. And bring your left foot up toward the ceiling, keeping your knee bent here. And this should stretch out our leg and our quads after doing those one-legged mountain pose. It's like a standing L pose. And you can extend your leg out. Bring that foot back down to the mat. Walk your feet back to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise up to standing. Notice if your breath is audible here. And one more time on each side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Find length here. Exhale into downward dog. Bring your right knee up into the ceiling. Open that right knee out to the side. And you can extend your leg. Set the right foot back down. Good. Now walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Really reach and lengthen your body here. Exhale, dive it forward one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Lift your left knee up toward the ceiling. Reach it out to the side. Open up your hip and keep your chest square towards the mat. So instead of opening your chest out to the side, keep it down. Extend that left leg and set it down. Walk up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And slowly rise up to standing. Reach up, root through the ground as you extend upwards. And exhale, lower your arms down. Very nice. Now, we're gonna stay at the top of our mat and come into our high lunge. So inhale, reach up as you step your left foot back. You can keep your back heel lifted. Hold here for a breath. Then exhale, set that back knee down. Take a deep, low lunge here. So it can just be as deep as you want. I really want us to focus on stretching the quads and the hip flexors of our back leg. Then shift your weight back, come into your half splits. You can bow your head forward. Keep a hold of the ground, but lift your ribs off your thighs so don't totally collapse into your leg. Let's shift it forward, take that deep lunge. And hands can be on the knees or on the ground, on blocks. Shift back for your half splits. Then come back up into your, we're gonna take a high lunge here. So come back to high lunge. Now come into warrior two, so that back heel will come down and toes will turn and face the long edge of your mat. Warrior two. Take your side angle pose, so reach the hand up and over. I really want you to root your heel and the outside of your foot down. Find a long line of energy from your foot to your top arm. Turn to face the front of your mat again, kind of like a lunge. And then you're gonna shift your weight forward onto your right foot, standing splits. So keep your hands on the ground here. You can even grab a hold of your ankle and come a little bit further in that stretch. Now, walk your hands forward just a little bit so you're in like a tripod. Then I want you to lift your bottom heel up. So you come up onto the tippy toes and lower the heel down. So top leg isn't doing anything. It's the bottom leg that's lifting and lowering. Heel lifts and lower. 2 more times. So this is gonna work our ankles and our calves. And then set that top foot down. Inhale slowly, rise up to standing. And make sure you're careful to come up here as the blood rushes away from your head. Exhale, lower the arms down. And we're gonna do the other side. So take a high lunge here. Left foot forward, right foot back. Exhale, lower that back knee down for your deep, low lunge. So you can shift your weight forward. And your lunge doesn't have to look like mine, obviously. Just do what is within your range of comfort. Try not to experience any sharp pain. Then shift your weight back, half splits. Shift your weight forward. Shift your weight back. Then you're gonna come into your warrior two. So you're gonna lift up, back heel is down, reach out and gaze. Well, normally the gaze is over your front arm, but you're also welcome to look out to the side of your mat as well. Take your extended side angle, find that long line of energy, ribs lifting off the thigh, and turn to face the front of your mat again. Set your fingertips down, shift forward, standing splits. You can grab onto your ankle, sink deeper into your standing splits, then tripod your hands out and lift that bottom heel up and down. Top foot is doing nothing, but you can point your toes on your top leg. 2 more here. Last one, set that heel down, set your top leg down, slowly roll up to standing. Let's do that one more time on each side. So left leg comes back for our high lunge. Then set your bottom knee down, back knee down. take your deep lunge, then your half splits. Deep lunge and half splits. Come into warrior two. So back foot is in line with the back and front edge of your mat. Reach your fingertips out and you can gaze over your fingertips, palms pointing down. Side angle. And for your side angle, you can even take a bind here because we're going to work on some binds later. So what that looks like here is this. Then you can bring your fingertips to the mat, shift forward, standing splits. Let's take those heel raises. So fingertips forward, lift the heel, lower. Lift the heel, lift that top leg up higher and lower the heel. Lift your top leg even higher, lower the heel. 2 more. Last one. And bring that top leg down. Roll up to standing slowly as you inhale deeply. Build the spine back up and exhale. Come straight into your lunge on the other side. Lower your back knee. Take your deep low lunge. And your half splits. Warrior two, back foot pivots, swivel your arms around or windmill your arms around. Strong legs here. Extended side angle, reach up and over. Make sure you're pressing into all corners of your feet. And even emphasize pressing into the outside edge of your back foot. Turn toward your mat, standing splits. Lift that back foot up. Sink into it. Tripod your hands and feet. Then lift that back heel up and down. Lift up, bring that top leg up even more and down for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the top leg down. Slowly rise up to standing. I kind of took 2 inhales there and exhale, lower the arms down. Very nice, everyone. So we're gonna come down onto our mats this time and we'll take boat pose. So come to seated and you can lift your legs off the mat, shins parallel, and hold on to the back of your thighs or reach for your fingertips. Now see if you can straighten your legs. Keep your fingertips toward your toes. So arms and legs should be parallel. Now, roll down so you're in your half boat, shoulders and legs hovering off the mat, and lift up back into your full boat pose. That was a little bit of a struggle. Then roll down into your half boat and lift up into your full boat. And you can do this with your knees bent too. One more time. Set your legs down. Woo. Now come into reverse tabletop. So hands can be out like this. Actually, I think this is the most comfortable. So have your fingertips pointing out to the sides of your mat. Feet are down. You're gonna lift up so you form a table with your legs. I want you to roll the shoulders back here. And this can be a pretty intense stretch. So don't feel like you have to force yourself to get into it. Even if it just looks like this. If this is a good stretch for you, take it. Then lift one leg up. Lift one leg up. 2 more times on each side. Woo, we're working our quads here. One more time on each side. Make sure your knees aren't caving in. Try to keep them steady. Don't let them sway. And lower the hips down. Woo, shake out your arms. Roll out your shoulders here. And roll out in the other direction. Like you're doing some chicken wings. Now we're going to do that again, except full plank. So if this is uncomfortable for you, reverse plank, then you can go back into tabletop. And we're gonna take 3 kicks here. This one is kind of challenging because it really challenges my hamstrings and my calves. And kick that leg up. Keep your hips higher. See if you can lift your hips more as you kick up. And lower your hips down. Woo. Shake out your wrists, your shoulders, and then meet me into side plank. So we'll begin with one knee on the ground, one leg extended, one palm down, reach the other arm up. Then take any variation of side plank you like. It doesn't matter. I want you to focus on lifting the ribs up off the ground, even allowing your body to really side bend. So it's not quite a straight line, but that's okay because that just means you're working more. And you can lift your leg here. If you want an extra challenge, take one more breath. And then lower everything down, whatever variation you're on. Then we're gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna start with one knee down. Reach up. Before you do anything, lift those ribs up and away from the mat. Get that side bend action going. Lots of oblique. And then take whatever variation you like. Extend that neck long. I tend to let my neck collapse, so I need to not do that. And then lift your leg up if you want that challenge. Keep that balance. One more breath. Lower that leg down. And you can rest your hips down onto the mat. Great. Now we have another core exercise here. So lie down on your back. We're going to do candlestick. So back on the mat, legs raised toward the ceiling. And I just want you to lift the hips up. So lift. Trying to keep the toes pointed up, legs upright. Try to keep them perpendicular to the ground. That was 4. 5. Let's do 5 more. 4, 5. 4. Press your arms and shoulders into the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs down. Stretch your arms overhead. Take a deep breath. All right, we're not done yet. Come back up to standing. And we're gonna take some wide leg poses. So we're gonna take Skandasana. So have your legs wide, toes pointed out. Come into a deep bend here. And then shift your weight. I might need to widen my legs more. Shift your weight over to your right. Then over to your left. Keeping your body upright. Over to your right and to your left. Now, come back over to your right, and I want you to hold it. See if you can tuck your tailbone under. Remember when we were doing our bridges, before we lifted our hips, I wanted our low back to come onto the mat. So remember that sensation of bringing your hips and tailbone up, and then your back flattening onto the mat. That way you're not sticking your butt out and overloading your low back. Good? Now reach your arms forward. Keep the shoulders nice and open. Reach up to the side. Let's do that again. Reach up or forward, up. I'm losing track of which way is up. Forward, up, out. One more time. Reach forward, up, and out. Then Skandasana over to the other side. And hold. Shoulders are nice and broad. Chest is lifted, ribs off the hips. That just means your spine is really tall. Don't think too hard about it. Then reach forward, up, and out. Forward, up, and out. Keep those legs steady and strong. And out. One more time on each side. That wasn't too bad. Forward, up, and out. Don't let your shoulders creep up, bring them down. One more time. Feel the shoulder blades drawing down the back, but ribs stay lifted, and come over to the other side. Reach forward, up, and out. Forward, up, and out. See if you can tighten your waist and abs even more. Out. And then Skandasana over to this side. You can take your deep lunge here, and then we're gonna do a bind. So wrap your right arm around your knee, and you can either bring the other arm up or complete the bind. So right now my knee is pointed up toward the ceiling, so try to do that as well. Then walk over to the other side of your mat and take the bind there. Remember your breath. Now you can just set your butt down, and you can keep your knee up or just fold it out in front of you like a half crisscross. And we're gonna take a side bend / side splits. So reach up and over and side bend toward your outstretched leg. And you can just hold it here. Take one more breath. And lift yourself up. And we're gonna do the other side. So reach your opposite arm up and over and side bend toward your other leg. I just got my flu shot, so it's been kind of terrible lifting my left arm up, but I'll manage. Okay, lift yourself back up, and then our grand finale. We're going to attempt Bird of Paradise. So your hips, shoulders, core should be all warmed up. So we're just gonna get right into it. So stand at the front of your mat, and you can step your left foot back. I was trying to figure out which direction I should face the camera, but just take your high lunge here, and then take your warrior two. Extended side angle, and then take that bind. This is how we're gonna get into Bird of Paradise. So you're gonna need to be able to take that full bind here. So my right foot is forward, right arm is gonna wrap around my thigh, and my hands are gonna clasp behind my hips / my low back. Then you're gonna wanna walk your back foot in so that you can shift your weight onto that back foot, my left foot. Try to come up to standing. This is gonna be hard. Go slow. That's my tip. Go slow. Try not to fall over because it's gonna be hard to get back up. Okay, this is good enough. This is a good start to Bird of Paradise. Man, this is hard. And then you're gonna extend that other leg. Ooh, this is really hard. Ugh. And try to hold it. Breathe. One more breath here. And lower your leg down. Whew, that was not a graceful way to exit, but try your best to do it with control. And then we're gonna do the other side. So I'm just gonna turn around and face back side of my mat. We're gonna have our right foot back, left foot forward now in our high lunge. Turn your foot out for warrior two. Extended side angle. Bind your side angle. So left arm wraps back and around the left thigh. Clasping your hands. You can also take a strap here, but I recommend that if you're going to attempt this pose, you want to be able to clasp your hands. Then walk your back foot in. Find your balance as you pick up that back leg. I have an easier time on this side doing it. And stand up. Extend that leg out. Open your chest. And gracefully set your foot down and come out of that bind. Shake out your arms. Take some arm circles here. And then we're going to cool down. So lie onto your stomachs. We're going to take either upward dog or cobra. So let's start in cobra, not cobra, Sphinx. Forearms onto the mat, chest is reaching forward, and draw your belly button off the mat. Don't let your stomach touch the ground if you can. And if it touches, no big deal. I just want you to feel that sensation of your abs lifting. Press your pelvis into the ground. See if you can get your butt to squeeze. Then take upward dog if you want. So palms are underneath the chest, lifting your chest up. Legs are extended behind you. Keep drawing that belly in. Then lower everything to the ground. Come onto your back. And we're going to take our supine twist. So lying down, bring one knee in, extend one leg out. Twist that knee over the body. And relax. Uncross the leg and bring the other one in. Cross it over. Let your shoulders and your knees sink down, opening up and allowing your torso to twist. Then untwist your body. Take a few more windshield wipers here. And let's take a few more bridges. So knees are still, bring your heels close to your fingertips, and then just lift your hips up and lower them down. Lift them up, feel that stretch through the front of your legs, your hips, your abs, and lower down. Lift up and lower. We're going to take one more stretch here. So come back up to seated for our forward fold. So you can either have your legs together or apart. I'm going to have my legs together and just fold forward. Just rock up onto the front of your sitting bones and fold forward. And I recommend that you have your feet long, so your toes pointed. Not a hard point, but you want to stretch out the front of your feet here. I usually don't recommend flexing your feet when you do forward folds while seated, because it just is uncomfortable. It's actually exacerbating your sciatic nerve. So I actually don't recommend flexing your feet when you do a forward fold, because you get just as much benefit pointing your feet, lengthening your foot rather than flexing it. Okay, enough talking. Inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine even more. And exhale, sink lower into your stretch. Last breath here. And then lie down all the way onto your mat for Shavasana, corpse pose. Let your legs hang out, arms hang out, and relax. Start to introduce movements back into your limbs and your fingertips and toes. Stretch your arms overhead and turn to your right side. Slowly make your way back upright to seated, keeping your eyes soft or closed the whole time. Bring your hands to heart center and sit proud after today's practice. You can just let your breath come back to normal and just take a moment to feel proud of yourself for taking care of yourself today and giving yourself time. So just focus on the moment, on each breath, and allow every moment to take you wherever and just letting it be. Whether you had some unexpected moments of imbalance or maybe you found some tightness, the fact that you made it through the end means that you worked through it all, regardless of any challenges. So take that with you. Allow yourself to just experience each moment, each obstacle, and each unexpected moment with grace and compassion. I bow my head to you in gratitude for joining me today and for sharing your practice. Have a wonderful rest of your day.